Yesterday, April 1st, 2017, I got into my first car accident. Here are 5 things about it that I want to share. First, the accident. I was in the fast lane. Here's me. That's the car in front of me. He screeches to a stop. He's slamming on his brakes. Tires are screeching. There's smoke coming from his tires. And I immediately slam on my brakes as well. But I'm also looking in my rearview mirror to make sure that this guy doesn't hit me. So I try as hard to kind of like swerve like this to slow down as much as possible. But then, boom, this guy crashes into car number 2, which sends this guy, not only at an abrupt stop, but almost like flying backwards. And at that point, I just crash, and it's just sadness. There was actually a 4th car involved, but I wasn't quite sure what this guy was doing. Are you okay? Second, the comment. I hadn't gotten a chance to really process, having experienced my first accident and just like how I was feeling until I got home. And when I got home, I decided to do the whole thing on YouTube Live, which some of you guys may have caught. During that live stream, I had spoken a lot about this one comment I had received, which really bothered me. So let me get this straight. We should work the 9 to 5 so we can support you who doesn't want to work the 9 to 5. The reason why this particular comment really upset me was because I had gotten into a car accident and my first instinct was not, am I physically okay? It was, I just don't have the money nor the time to deal with this. And if I had a 9 to 5, that wouldn't be a thought. I am the last person who needs to know about, the haters and stuff like that. That is definitely not the worst comment I have received. I preach digital literacy. This is my job, and understanding that there just are trolls out there, is part of being digitally literate. It was more about, here I am in this bad situation, and if I had a 9 to 5, it wouldn't be as bad. The stress, the anxiety that I experience every day is because I am not financially stable. And it's just like paycheck to paycheck. I'm spending money I don't even have, to be honest. Like I'm just in debt. I've gotten job offers throughout my entrepreneurial journey, 4 actually. And one of them was for a $75,000 salary. And I turned it down. And it was actually a really easy decision for me to make. I actually had to force myself to kind of sleep on it just because I knew deep in my heart that there's no amount of money that could pay me to not want to continue doing this. But the thing is, I have to face reality. Third, the life of an entrepreneur. So yes, I've said this countless times, this vlog is for me to look back on. It's also for any of you who are entrepreneurs and you're trying to build your own business. There's someone else who's going through what you're going through. You can learn from my experience, etc. But thirdly, it's also just like an educational effort on my part to showcase what it is like to try to create your own business or your own thing, like whatever that may be. An entrepreneur's job is not 9 to 5. It's 24/7. It doesn't end. Entrepreneurs do not complain about how things are. So you're not going to hear me complain about how much money I don't have. When I say I don't have money, I'm just telling you the facts. I'm not complaining about it. I got into a car accident. I'm not complaining about it. We don't complain about how things are because that's the challenge, right? So if I sat here and said, I wish I didn't get into a car accident. I wish I had 1 million subscribers. I wish everything were easy. Then I'd already be at the finish line. There would be nothing to build. Like that, the challenge of entrepreneurship is that you are creating something under the circumstances that exist as they are. And if that means that you have to get more resourceful, more creative, then that's what happens. And that's why a lot of yesterday and today, I thought a lot about whether to put this on hold and go back to the 9 to 5 until I had more resources. Fourth, my next step. My friend Irene came over earlier and brought me pizza and dessert. Thank you, Irene. I love you. And I was telling her how I was thinking about applying for a 9 to 5 job. And she had one thing to say to me: but you're on a roll. And just to hear that from her and to hear it out loud and just to have someone else tell me that. I mean, it's true. The reason why you guys are reaching out and watching and going out of your way to message me is because of the work that I've put in the past year. So I realized that. And that's why I've decided this will be my plan moving forward. I'm going to give it one more month, full out, as much as I can, 150%, give it everything I've got. And if come the end of the month, it's not looking financially like I'm going to at least break even, then I think, I don't want to say that it's me giving up, but it's just me being resourceful as an entrepreneur and looking at my 9 to 5 job as a very reasonable source of income. And that's just the facts, So actually it'd be really interesting for me to keep daily vlogging this because it'll be an interesting month, to say the least. Lastly, you. Alright guys, so I'm a little shaken up right now and in shock. I think I'm gonna cry. I haven't ever been in a car accident, actually. And I'm just like, I can't really process right now. So the cops are behind me, as you can see probably. We're filing a report and exchanging information, etc., etc. I'm debating whether my car is drivable. I don't know. I can't explain how humbling it is and how lucky I feel to have you guys as a support system. I truly felt like I didn't have someone that I could go to yesterday. Otherwise I would have went to them. I would have called somebody. I would have asked someone to come over, but I decided to go to YouTube and talk to my laptop. I don't know, it was Saturday. You guys could all have been doing a million other things, and it really means a lot to me that you took the time to watch me cry for an hour and, give me your positive thoughts, vibes, encouragement, advice, all of that. And I can never explain like how grateful I am to have that. And I do take that as a sign that, what I'm doing is working, clearly. I see that. But again, it comes down to this. I need to get into a place where I am at least breaking even financially. So I would absolutely love it if you checked out my Patreon page. And I just want to be very clear. I am not asking you to support me so that I could have it easier. It's for me to continue this. It's to continue making vlogs that inspire people and empower people, even at the dollar levels. $12 a year, like buy me a drink, for all the vlogs that I make. That would be enough. Like that would be all I needed. One-on-one, me to you. Please check out my Patreon, patreon.com/HeatherJustCreate. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. So thank you. And to me, watching this later in the future, it could have been a lot worse, dude. Could have been a lot worse, man.